Hi everyone, my name is Lacey L. Baker and I'm the author of Miranda the Very Loud Mouse. This book is written by me, illustrated by Aaron Cutler, who decided to do this book in watercolor. So when we get into it, I'll show you the watercolor design on the inside of the story. But first I want to talk about what inspired this book. I was in a class in kindergarten where I was reading my books to some students, and I was reading them my other book, Panda the Very Bad Cat. And there was a little girl who was in the class who was on the spectrum. That means that she has autism and that she has different abilities. So I decided to use her inspiration for this book, Miranda the Very Loud Mouse. Now, this is about a mouse who's a little bit loud, and usually mice aren't loud, but the point of this book is that we love everyone, no matter what their challenges are, no matter that they act differently from us. We want to include everyone, and we want everyone to know that we are friends with them and we love them very much. So, wait a second, aren't mice supposed to be quiet? Not Miranda, she's anything but. She is the loudest mouse you'll ever meet. Find out just how loud she gets in this adorable children's book that contains hidden objects for children to discover. Children and parents alike will enjoy reading this book and find themselves reading it again and again. So I think it's important to let Miranda tell her story, and also the hidden element in this book is a piece of cheese on each page for you to find. So let's get into it. Miranda the Very Loud Mouse. Miranda the mouse was so loud. Mice are usually quiet, but Miranda was not. She loved to make noise. Her mother and father had to wear earplugs because most of the time, all of the commotion she made was so loud. When Miranda prepared her breakfast, she took out the pots and pans in the kitchen. Smash, bang, crash, boom. When Miranda brushed her teeth, she sang at the top of her lungs. Oh, I love to brush my teeth. My teeth are sparkling white. My teeth are nice and clean. My teeth, they look so bright. When Miranda listened to the radio, she always turned it up way too loud. Her parents shouted at her to turn it down, but Miranda couldn't hear them. When Miranda swam in the pool, she always practiced her cannonballs. Splash, splat, splash. When Miranda picked an instrument to play, she chose the drums. Bang, boom, clash. When Miranda did her homework, she read every question out loud. When Miranda played in her treehouse, she pretended she was a dinosaur and yelled, "Roar!" Then she was a lion and shouted, "Roar!" And then she was a parrot. Squawk, squawk, squawk. Miranda was so loud, but the neighbors were used to it. In fact, they didn't seem to mind at all. Miranda even made noise at the museum, at the library, and in the waiting room at the doctor's office. The only time that Miranda was quiet as a mouse was when she finally fell fast asleep, except when she snored. So I hope that you enjoy this book, and I also hope that you'll remember that not everyone is just like we are. There are differences in abilities, there are differences in the way that people have challenges, but we want them to know that they're special and they're much loved and we're friends with them, and inclusion matters. And I think it's really important for everyone to be kind to each other. Sometimes what happens is when we don't understand people, we get afraid of them. But that's not the case. If we just take a minute to get to know who they are, I'm sure that we will love them. So thank you for joining me in this reading of Miranda the Very Loud Mouse. I hope that you enjoyed it. See you next time.